invites here. Y'all reference material for forming your group. And then I'm going to explain to you what exactly am I referring it to you for. Each piece I refer you to, I'm going to show you what it is, why I'm referring to it, and what you need to see in it. So I'm almost done with these invites. Y'all should share this one. This is gonna be a headbanger right here, because I'm finna show y'all how every street gang is connected directly to me. But they're not connected through street gangs. They're connected through your religious systems. All of the street gangs, the prophecy about who I am is tied up in all these street gangs. So when I tell you about the stone that the builder rejected that became the chief cornerstone, I have to tell you who the stone was, where the stone was, how it was hewn without hands, and how it was set to bring down the final kingdom of Babylon, which we are in now in this new world order situation. I'm done with my invites. So I see that some people saying the sound's muffled. Is it still muffled? So check the sound on y'all before we get started, and let me know if y'all can hear me. And if y'all can, we're gonna take it off. So who can hear me? Can I get a response on who can hear me? What's up, Nigel? Can you hear me over there, player? Alright, so we talked about the women forming in the groups, right? And the women forming in the groups is based on the principle called the mastermind group. But actually, it's the reverse. The mastermind group is based on the principle. But you get to study the mastermind group in this set here. This is called, turn around so y'all can see the cover of it. I got the 2-volume set. I really wanted the collector's edition with the leather binding and all that stuff, but it's called The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. And in there, there's a chapter called The Mastermind Group. The rest of the book is part of rites of passage for the children that's being taught. So it is in the collection, so it's a good set to have. But for the women's group, the specific chapter is called The Mastermind Group. The Mastermind Group. Can you hear me, Carolyn? All right, so from there, I'm going to refer y'all to learning about the energy and the controlling of the energy, right? So I'm going to refer y'all to, now this sister is a powerhouse. So if y'all know how to get into her and set up coven groups, don't let the word coven in the negative connotation sway you away from your right as a woman to know who and what you are. But this lady right here is Silver Ravenwolf. Now her name is traditional native. And her name is, I'm not going to tell you what her name means because she's supposed to divulge that, not me. But this book is called To Light a Sacred Flame. It's very good, and it's primarily, it's geared for the soul practitioner, but you can also use it to incorporate into your group studies. Now, when you want to know the structure, when you want to know the structure of the group, you when you want to know the structure of the rituals, there are certain, like for instance, if you want to use the old Kemetic or Egyptian religious structure, this is a good one for that. The Heka. And this is about the practice of ancient Egyptian rituals and magic. So these are just some study materials. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get some more light on the book. Like that. Hopefully that's better. But this is called the Heka. And it's the practice of ancient Egyptian ritual magic. Right? And then this is a good book called Women's Rights. It don't have dust cover on it, but it's Women's Rights, R-I-T-E-S, and Beverly Byrne is the author, and she go over some good information in here about rights for women, about practicing their ritual rights or their community rights and different things. Also, when you start doing the group connecting in psychic training and developing the skills to be able to use your extra senses, there's a book called I'm going to show it to you right here. I opened it up because the cover is just plain white cover and you won't know what it is. But when you look in here, it's called the Telecult Power, The Amazing New Way to Psychic and Occult Wonders by Reese P. Dubin. Alright, now that tells you actual training tools to awaken the occult powers that's already in you. This ain't evil stuff, this is what you are. You waking up. If you don't learn how to use this stuff and this energy, you will likely self-destruct. I tried to do that yesterday, and I told people to inbox me for reference material, which is why I'm starting this video off, just giving y'all reference material first, because I wasn't able to get the reference materials back to the people that had asked me. Then we have Heather Bray wrote a book called Keys to Wisdom by Heather Bray, right? And when you read it, you will notice that she's going through the sacred geometry, the stones, and various different things. But all of this is just the starter kit. This is not the full whole-on practice, but this is to give y'all a head start so that when the practice opens up, you will already have like a good foundation to start. That's what the materials I'm going over today. This foundations material. Now this is called the Conjure Workbook. It's called Working the Root by Star Cassis. It's called Working the Root, and her name is Star Cassis, C-A-S-A-S, and her name is directly related to the subject matter and Silver Raven Wolf indirectly. But the subject matter and all of what we're talking about, when her name is directed, I can't tell you the meaning of her name, that's her job. So if it's in one of her books, you'll know what her name means, but it has a specific meaning. When I see these names of authors, I know certain books I have to get. Then I'm going to refer y'all to Philip Hurley and Leigh Hurley. They're a married couple. And this one is called the Dhammarupa the Magic Tantra Mantra. Okay, so now this one present the discipline of yoga in practice terms for the perspective of the Vamacharan, the follower of the left-hand path, meaning this is going to teach you how to harness all of that negative shit that they done dumped on you and use it to your advantage. Use it to your advantage. And then you have this one. I kind of hesitant about referring y'all early on to this book because it's kind of hefty and it's kind of like intimidating to a lot of early students. But it's called Forbidden Rites, a necromancer's manual of the 15th century. But when you get into these materials, a side effect is also taking place. Now, let me see if I got any more that's just imperative. I gave the reference several times for transcendental meditation. And this one is by Robert Roth. And this is a really good one, by the way. And it's pretty inexpensive. You could probably get it dirt cheap on Borders or Amazon or Barnes & Noble or something. They're not very expensive, but it got good information in it. And it's very practical and able to use and easy to understand. Then I think that's oh yeah, I gotta go into these. These are for all these books that I'm showing are just beginning materials. I keep saying that but some of y'all are gonna think it's advanced. This is beginner's material. This one, I'm not going to even try to pronounce the author's name because I don't want to butcher it. But the name of the book is called Words of Power and Transformation. And it's about making sigils and how to use words for magical purposes. The woman has got a natural ability to call magic into reality by saying certain stuff. That's why she can't say, well, I'm not going to get into that. Every woman should have this book, whether she's walking the path. This book should be the biggest selling book among women right here. It's called Crossroads Mamas, 105 Spiritual Baths for Every Occasion. It's this one. Every woman should have this book. Every man need to make sure that his woman had this book. And she should be practicing a couple of these baths out of here as her daily self-me time practice. This right here. And I think that's about... Oh, no. Now this one, because now we getting into the heavier... This might be level 2. This is Kali Mantra Magic. I'm not going to even start telling y'all what it's about. But everything that's in here works for men. And if it works for men and it got Kali name on it, that means that whatever a man can do with it, if a woman turn her mitochondria on, it becomes like 10,000 times stronger and faster. So that's our reference material for the women's study groups for now. Y'all find that material can actually hold you for a couple of years if you don't have hands-on study. So now we get into the subject matter. I woke up this morning and I was told by the Queen of Heaven and Earth to tell y'all about the stone that the builder rejected. Juanita, you don't need to know what not to say. You need to know that as long as you feel in your heart it need to be said, you're saying the right thing. You need to be, the brakes need to be took off of you. Don't worry about what not to say. Try to find the right words to say. I'm not going to give you nothing that's going to do anything to you. But if you use it and somebody trying to do something to you, I feel for them. Okay, so now, I woke up and there was a Bible verse I was told to tell y'all what it means. In the book, let me find my Bible in here and all these books. It's in the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verses 33 through 34. And it says that there was a stone hewn from a mountain without hands. And it said that this stone that was hewn from the mountain came down the hill. And it struck the feet of iron and clay and brought down the Babylonian Empire. Now, what kind of stone is in a mountain that can be hewn without hands? Is the question. This stone got to have another significance because it didn't just come out the mountain. It didn't fall out the mountain. It didn't pop out the mountain. It wasn't dug out the mountain. It didn't explode. It said it was hewn. Normally that's done by hands, but this say without hands. So now whatever is taking place here is either not physical, one, or is metaphoric, or it's a clue. So now I'm going to take all three of those into consideration. If the mountain had a stone that was hewn without hands, that would make that an exceptional stone. So now my attention is on the stone. So now how do I figure out what this stone is and what does it mean and how does it relate to the crumbling of the Babylonian empires that culminates in the feet of iron and clay? Now, I'm going to go over it with my notes here. Now, I'm going to flip my camera so y'all can see as I go over my notes. Right here. Now, in the notes, you see I got Daniel 2, 33 to 34. Now, the first thing I noticed is this 33 is a master number, right? So, whatever it is in here is telling me that I have a key here. There's a key here that I need to unlock something in this. So, it's a stone hewn without hands. So, I know of a stone, a black pea stone, and I know that the Quran talk about a black stone, but is it relevant? So we go to the Bible here in Psalms 118:22, and it say, the rejected stone becomes the chief cornerstone. Okay, now, there's a song out recently called Long Live the Chief. Now, this song brought my attention back to the leader of the Black Pea Stone Nation. So now, this means this has got to be related. Now, in order for this to be related, I have to show that the stone that's hewn without hands, this stone, I got to show you how it's hewn without hands. How do you get this stone cut from a mountain without hands? Right? So I'm finna show you. Now, notice here you got the number 11 and the number 22. So now, this tells me the master of the opener and the master of the past. When you add them together, you will have to be a raised master. This is a riddle to me. This is a riddle telling me to solve it. So when we go to the rejected stone, right, so how does that relate to the Black Pea Stone Nation? And how do that relate to me? Well, first I have to tie my mother to the Black Peace Stone Nation, because she was the 7th daughter out of the 7 sisters, or she was the 7th child of her line, and I was the 7th son. So now